Trump came here, coming at you with another episode from chooseyourrelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which you can find on amazon.com. The past 24 to 48 hours, it's been very interesting in this country. And, I haven't followed the election very closely over the past 18 months. But Donald Trump got elected as president of the United States of America. And I have to say that I predicted this 2 weeks ago. And I'm not surprised of anything that happens in America anymore. I used to get caught off guard all the time, but today I'm not surprised at anything that I see and hear. But there's a very different dynamic going on. There's like a split amongst blacks and whites. See, because, a lot of people are upset and a lot of people are, I guess, planning on moving somewhere else. But the only problem with that is these other countries aren't going to let but so many people come over. And just like I heard that the servers from the immigration of Canada crash. So it takes a lot of people to be on one server for it to crash. So I'm thinking there's probably were millions of people on there at one time for that to happen. I can only assume. Assuming that the immigration computer networks is pretty strong. Assuming, I don't know very much about Canada's immigration system. So you got on one side Trump. I think he's kind of giving a lot of white folks a pass to kind of, he's kind of giving them permission to express themselves, their hate towards black people, especially black people in this country. And he's kind of, he got a lot of them emotional. He's kind of giving them a platform or a pass, or kind of, he made them feel comfortable to express themselves on how much they hate non-white people, especially black people, right? And then on the other side of the coin, you got the other white people where they're sitting back saying, hey, you can't talk like that. Follow the status quo. You're not supposed to tell people how you feel. They're not supposed to know how you feel, because there's money in hiding stuff. There's money in following the status quo. You're supposed to keep it to yourself, right? So you got two sides. So there's a split amongst white folks. You got the people that say things directly, and you got people that say things, not necessarily say things, but they're passive aggressive racists, so to speak, right? So now you go to the black people. Now a lot of black people are, just based on my observation, they're upset because of what Trump is saying. Even though he's probably, more than likely, he's being honest with some of the stuff he says. Even though I think he's being strategic at the same time. Even Plus, he has a proven track record of lawsuits, of discrimination, being racist, and all that shit. You know, if you look it up, you can find it online. He has a track record of discrimination, and he's paid people off and all kind of shit, right? So you got some black people will say, hey, you know what? I don't want to hear anything he has to say. You know, that's their attitude. But then you got some black people. I know them these people personally. Now. They'll say, well, they got Trump elected. That's fucked up. They let him up in there. So there's a lot of black people didn't want Trump in there because they look at it like this. If Trump's in there, that's gonna get white people all hyped up. And now they're afraid. Yes. A lot of black people are afraid that white people are going to attack them and do something to them because Trump is hyping them up. Trump, he's on stage saying what most white people would like to say, but probably can't say because they can't get away with it based on the consequences. So a lot of black people are afraid. A lot of black people, they would like to follow the status quo as well. Yes. See, I made the mistake in the past to think that when people get upset, I used to think that they're getting upset for the same reason that I'm getting upset. But no, you can't do that. When people get upset, they're getting upset for different reasons. Some people are getting upset because they want things to stay the way it is. They want to be comfortable. They like smiling and laughing with people that hate their guts. Some people like the status quo. They don't have a problem with it. As long as they have their stuff, house, car, job, their livelihood, whatever that entails, they're good. See, when it comes to black folks, there's a lot of individualism amongst us. See, they see it as long as I have what I have, I got it. They have that attitude. I got mine, you get yours. That we have that type of attitude. But that doesn't work because you become an easy target every time. See, what you have to look at is you got to ask yourself, this is worldwide. How's the average black person doing? That's what you have to ask. I mean, if you go to any country, how's the average Chinese person doing? How's the average Japanese person doing? How's the average Korean person doing? It's the law of averages. Now, that's the question you have to ask. See, one person on stage, like a lot of these celebrities, they aren't doing as well as you might think. And obviously, based on a lot of the incidents that's happened the past couple months, it doesn't matter if you're a black celebrity. They're treating black celebrities like they do the common man or a woman. So it doesn't matter anymore, apparently. So, there's strength in numbers. There's no strength in just being an individual. That's in any political system. That's in any capacity. There's strength in numbers. Because if it's just you become an easy target. That's scientific, really. That ain't really got nothing to do with being political. That's just scientific. There's strength in numbers. So you got to ask yourself, how's the average black person doing in America? You got to ask yourself that question. How's the average white person doing in America? I mean, if you take the worst, white person, as far as economically, living in America, and you compare them to the average black person, that white hillbilly in the trailer park or living somewhere in the mountains somewhere, he would not switch places with any black person. That hillbilly would not switch places with a rich black person. As a matter of fact, a couple years ago, who was it? I think it was Chris Rock made a joke about it. Chris Rock was on, I think it was HBO. Yeah, it was an HBO special. I think it was, maybe his last HBO special. He said on stage, I'm a rich black man in America, and it ain't a white man in here that would change places with me. He made a joke about it, but it was a good point. And the reason why that is because white people know that we're a disenfranchised group of people. And they also know that one rich black person is still at a disadvantage. Because money only goes but so far. And being a celebrity only goes but so far. I mean, and in most cases, you're only a celebrity when the camera's on, when the lights is on, when you're out and about. When a lot of these celebrities are out and about across country, like in the middle of America, or when a lot of them are traveling, if they feel free to, when they're traveling overseas, most of these people, no one knows who they are. No one really knows who they are. A lot of them. I mean, look at Oprah. Oprah went to London and a couple other places. They didn't know who she was. They locked the door on her 2 or 3 times. So her and her crew of people wouldn't come in the store. So they don't know who these people. That celebrity status only goes so far. You're only a celebrity when the camera's on, when the lights is on. And and let's just be honest, the people in the dominant society put a lot of these celebrities on. They don't have street credibility. So in essence, white people, the white media, mainstream media, made them. But that doesn't really matter anymore. Because Trump, he's the new president now. And that's why a lot of black people didn't want Trump to be president. Because that gives white people a pass to say and do what they want. there's no more consequences anymore. They'll be able to get away with anything now. I mean, but you probably saying, well, what more else can they get away with? Oh, trust me, there's a lot more shit that white folks can get away with. I mean, you're going to start seeing Trump get in office in January. I'm going to predict next year, they're going to start seeing massive amounts of killing. Massive amounts of killing. It's going to be groups. It's going to be groups of people being shot and killed from whites. By whites. They're going to be doing a lot of the killing. And then they're going to say, they're not going to call him a killer. They're going to say he's mentally ill. And he's going to just go through the system and pop out. And he's going to be walking around free. Just like a lot of the people in the past. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Actually, it's already happened. Somebody told me last night that some incident occurred in, I think, Arizona somewhere. Like 27 people got killed. Shot and killed. So, yeah, but maybe black folks need a wake-up call. Maybe this is what we need. I think we all need a wake-up call from time to time. But maybe we need a massive wake-up call. Because a lot of black people actually think that they have something to do with how things are within American society. They act like they're part of American society sometimes. Yeah, a lot of black people act like that. It's kind of weird. Maybe their grandparents didn't talk to them when they were growing up. I don't know. But it's kind of weird. A lot of black people think that they have something to do with what happens within society. They want to be a part of something that don't have anything to do with them so badly. And a lot of them, I think, they're just being denial about a lot of stuff. Even when it's blatant in their face that they don't want you around. They don't want you a part of what they have. Even when it's blatant in their face, they still begging to be a part of something. I mean, who does that? We're the only people that beg other people to be a part of whatever they have. So I don't got a problem with people being honest. I don't got a problem with people expressing themselves and how they feel. I think everybody should be honest, open and honest, and say what's on their mind. Personally speaking. But yeah, it's been I would say get you a dual passport and try and get a visa to another country. Have options. Don't just try and go to Canada just like a lot of people are trying to do. Go to places travel to other places and see how you like it. Places like Japan, Singapore, Canada. You might like Canada. I don't know. Canada is a lot like America. It's a lot like America. Go to Mexico, Canada, Japan, Singapore. What else? Brazil, Chile, Peru, go to places like that. You might like it. You might be able to get a visa. But get your passport for sure. Travel. Meet people. That's where the magic starts. The quality of your life is based on your relationships. Travel and meet people. Don't get stuck in a rut. Try something different. Don't get stagnant. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com. Until next time, Sharp Games out. Peace.